Elon Musk and his SNL monologue, I watched it last night, and it felt like I'm on Elysium, or like some future like Mars world, and like 1984, the Orwellian kind has been implemented, and like I'm working at, the Ministry of Truth or something, and my boss, who's like a really unfriendly version of Michael Scott from The Office, is like, anyway, I'm gonna be doing like a set, at an open mic, and you're like, God fucking damn it, I gotta go watch my boss do an open mic, because that's what it was. Because the richest man in the world had little worker bees, comedy writers, write him a monologue to make him seem human and likable, and he's not. And yeah, there were like some funny jokes. I like the OJ joke. That was pretty good. But let me just play you a little taste of part of it that I felt like was just so perfectly dystopian. If you missed this.
Look, I know I sometimes say or post strange things, but that's just how my brain works. To anyone I've offended, I just want to say I reinvented electric cars and I'm sending people to Mars in a rocket ship. Did you think I was also going to be a chill, normal dude?
Yeah. Oh my God. You should be grateful that I'm like even here. I own you. I could buy you, lady in the front row. I could buy you. Like, right? Like, this is the level. And yeah, he's awkward. And it was very annoying because a couple things that were annoying. One of the things is that he brought his mom up on stage, which was very much a cheap shot. Anyone's mom comes up on your stage and you're like, oh God, great. I'm imagining little Elon as a child, but with like the same head, just like a Funko Pop or doll, whatever those things are. Number one, he said that. And then his awkwardness, he was like, oh, I have Asperger's. And it was almost like a cop out, a little bit of like, it's like opening your set with like, look, I have a disability, so basically laugh at anything I say. I'm the richest man in the world. I own all of you. And I feel like that was so cheap. That was such a that was such a cop out. That was such a if you don't think I'm funny or if I seem awkward to you, it's just because I have Asperger's and not because like I do not pay my fair share of taxes. I consistently dunk on, make fun of trans people, make fun of Bernie Sanders, make fun of socialists, that I think that I'm saving the planet through electric cars, even though what I emit through SpaceX and rockets is way more than any of the offset that a fucking Tesla would do. It just, it's so gross. And that being said, there are other famous people who have Asperger's who are way better people than you, Elon Musk. And my favorite person who has Asperger's is actually trying to save the planet. And that person is Miss Greta Thunberg. Yeah. And I, last night, had a very fun time talking to myself, imagining if Greta Thunberg were ever asked to host SNL. Now, I think that'd be really funny. I think it'd be something like, just like, it's great to be here. It took me 30 days by boat. I almost was eaten by a gull. And she'd just be like, what is the deal with flying? No, really. What is the deal with it? Or like, women be shopping. They really are shopping too much and our overstimulated, ego-driven economy of accumulation is killing the planet. Shame on them. Anyway, and I fucking love that. And I love Greta, and I want her to host SNL. But I know that if she were asked, she'd turn it down because she's a real G.
Can I talk about how I watched SNL today by skipping through all the portions he was in and got to see about 6 minutes of a show I generally enjoy? That was fun. I'd be like halfway into a sketch and then, oh, nope, he's playing a side character. That's great. And Cecily Strong. Exactly. It was... I just hate it. Kristen Bell's never hosted SNL. And Ana de Armas hasn't hosted SNL. I don't think Sandra Bullock has hosted SNL or Keanu Reeves. Like there are so many great Oscar Isaac. I paid the guy who plays the Mandalorian. There's so many great people who would be awesome to host it. And they gave it to the rich guy so we could all clap and make him feel cool. Because even though he was handed a fortune and apparently has at least some talent, whether it's actually about engineering, which the evidence doesn't really seem to be there, he certainly is a good manager of people.
Sure.
That does not sustain him at all. Just like for Trump becoming president wasn't enough. It's all about the retweets. They're very simple people at the end of the day. And so we'll clap for them, I guess. That's cool.
Yeah, it was hard for me to watch. And I think that's exactly right. I was like, there are many other people who could like murder a monologue like this and who deserve to be. And maybe they've turned it down. Oscar Isaac, I could see being like, nah.
Maybe. People could be busy or nervous about bombing. Because like, especially if you're up and coming, like if like Florence Pugh did it or something, like you might think, okay, well, it'd be great. It'd be fun. But if I bomb, then is that what I'm going to be known for? But just to have him there. And I agree. It's all written for him. And it's just it. I hate it. I hate it so much. Like if we just didn't have Twitter, like I would hate him just because he's, you know, like a billionaire has been given all his wealth or whatever. But like if it wasn't for Twitter, I wouldn't have to know what he's like. And to pretend that like, hey, I'm just a kooky, eccentric guy, you know, like that time I called the guy who saved those kids a pedophile. Hey, kooky. No, it's not kooky. You're a bad guy. You're a bad guy and you don't deserve this.
Yeah, he truly is.
We watched it, my husband and I, this morning, and my husband had a much better pitch for the closing joke. I'll give it to you now, because where else are you going to get it?
Do it.
Which was when his mom said, are you going to give me another Dogecoin, right? What was that? Oh, yeah, what are you giving me for Mother's Day?
Yes.
It was another Dogecoin. She's like, I'm hoping it's not another Dogecoin. My husband goes, I thought she was going to say, I'm hoping it's not another $1 billion. She's just like bored of getting $1 billion. Better joke, guys. Call my husband anytime. He's available.
No, it is. Exactly. There was no real self-effacing moment in there. It was just kind of like, what do you expect? I'm a weirdo. And then I guess he played a character during Weekend Update where he like basically admitted that like Dogecoin was kind of a racket anyway, and then stocks plummeted of it, whatever, if there are stocks anyway. So that's, I guess there's a self-effacing moment, but again,
he went back to boosting it today though. So the con continues.
Right. The con continues.
If they were actual Doge, if they were dogs, I'd be like, yes, this dog is worth $50,000.
This dog is, yes, absolutely. Instead it's skater cash. Like what is... What?
I do not know. Have you become a patron yet? Patreon.com/bitchuationroom is where you can directly support this show and help me make it sustainable so that I can do more of what I do best. Doing this.